when I first started my business like 4 years ago.
This is, of course, the main part of the project. The property itself is amazing, and
When I first started my business like 4 years ago, I didn't know where to find employees. And we had like a Facebook group for local business owners, and everyone was like, stop by this Home Depot and you can find guys there. So I swear to God, I pulled up at 7 a.m. at this Home Depot downtown Charlotte. You just pull up in a truck, no joke, these guys like run up to you. With social media, the way I've always looked at it is like, if you don't have it now, you need it for sure. Big thing is, with like smaller projects, you can get away not having it because people don't do as much research on you. But when you're doing these whales of projects, they will want to like know who you are and see you work and then establish the relationships. And they want to know like who we are, what kind of work we do, and so on and so forth. And that's like the one big game changer. My face always on my social media because I'm the business owner, and the personal aspect of things can create a big difference. So it was just a small patio and there wasn't anything else, and we came in and everything here was touched by outdoor influence. Homeowner loves it, tells it all the neighbors, they tell all the neighbors, and you know, we love it so much. So it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. The fun part here was this thing is so high, so we had 2 scaffold levels set up to get all the way up top, because I want to say that's like 18 feet up on the top level to reach the tongue groove, and it was ridiculously high. We ended up doing, I think it was 3 coats on the tongue groove, V-joint, and getting it all tied in. But the homeowner loves the darker color, and we love how it kind of contrasts with the white, so it looks amazing. Everything is just beautiful, looks super nice, and just came out gorgeous. So what happened was on Tuesday, he's like, hey, I have it set up. We're good to go. I'm loading the excavator right now. He sent me a photo of an excavator on a trailer, but I knew it wasn't his. So I thought he rented it, whatever. He's like, I'm on my way at like 5 p.m. So I'm sitting here waiting because I know we have inspection the next day. We got to get this thing set. And then he's like, hey, I don't think we're going to get it up today. Like, is tomorrow morning cool? I was like, no, show up here right now and get it done. He just ignored me. So for like 4 hours, no calls, no texts, nothing's answering. So I know where his shop at. So I drove an hour to his shop. Showed up, gates closed, whatever. And an iPhone, I'm gonna sound like a little crazy here, but stay with me. This is phase 1 of a, $400,000 product. And this is, imagine if you're the homeowner and I'm doing this to you. Like, does it sound like you're confident in my ability to complete anything? If I can find where it is. No. Maybe. Let's see. They always tell me to just head down here, but it's never ready. And I get it, they're very busy with all this stuff. I got a bag of graphite G2 and then 2 bags of 89, the 90 bags. Yeah, please. This shit's so heavy, it's like 80 pounds. I gotta hit the gym more. So we do a design manage model, so we're able to take projects a little bit further out because we don't have the windshield time, which is what usually chokes people out from perspective that, let's say your job is 1 hour from your shop, you pay 3 guys to drive 1 hour there and drive 1 hour back. So 6 hours every day, plus lunch obviously, that just go into thin air. On projects that take months, that's where it's not doable. But for us, since we don't have that, we're able to take things like that, since we just have a project manager go out, manage it, and call it a day.
What's up, guys? We're checking in on this project. So it pays to have a good network. They say something like network your net worth or whatever it is, but we're redoing the inside of the pool on this project. We partnered with another contractor who's a good friend of mine, Jason. Shout out to you if you're watching this. But they are doing a renovation here of the entire pool area and everything around it, and we're coming in to redo the pool itself. Before, they had concrete. They had kind of older coping style. They just didn't fit them. They didn't like. The pallets here. This is from all the travertine. This is where the travertine usually comes in. Guys get it mixed up. As you can see, saws are on. I think you guys just went to lunch. This is the pool area itself. So there's a beautiful freeform pool here. They had pebble tech before, and before this was all concrete. So everything's getting redone in silver, French pattern. We're going to be redoing the pool in quartzscapes. Barbados blue is the color called, and you can see the base, the old base for the pool, was redone. So the way it was, we used the concrete as the base, and you just put leveling stone on top, like 89 stone, and put the travertine on top itself. And you can see the tile, the line, how much it was raised. So we're gonna put glass tile all around. We're going to redo the raised bond beam there, put glass tile on there, and redo the plaster itself. And we'll show you guys the next 2-3 weeks how the entire process of redoing, chipping it out, replastering, doing all new, and what it looks like, and it'll be really cool. Here you can see this is what the old steps look like, and everything was concrete. So here we have the leveling stone. This is called 89. This is 1/8 inch chip stone. Has no fines compared to like ABC or screenings, and you can see it's just laid over this, about an inch thick, and then you laid the travertine on top of it. And we're gonna have it matching the level of the coping. It's gonna come up a little bit. It's not bonded yet with mortar, and we'll get it all going. There will be veneer on here to keep everything going smooth. The guys will get it nicely done. I'm always happy to connect with new people and just meet new partners in the industry. I think it's super crucial, just because as a contractor, you might be a jack of all trades but a master of none, so you get the master for whatever you need to. And here's a great example. My partner wasn't too experienced with the pool aspect of things. He reached out to me, we agreed on things, and we're helping him out, so I appreciate him tremendously. And makes sense for everybody, business for him, business for us. Homeowner gets the outcome they want to, and this area will look awesome.
In regards to managing multiple projects at the scale that we're in, because majority of the projects are like 100K plus, and they're all taking up majority of the time, like pools especially, 3 months. 3 months is like the minimum. We can get them done quicker, but I hate to tell the homeowner, let's say 2 months, and then bam, we're there on month 3. It's not necessarily like lying to them, but it's just their expectation. They expect it to be delivered on time at a price point that we do it, because we do it at an expensive price point. We're making money, of course, don't get me wrong, but the homeowner wants to feel confident in their decision, their contractor, and etc. And I found that communication and just overestimating it and over delivering it on the back end is the best way to go about it. But managing, the big thing for us that's been a game changer is software. Whenever you have the software, use it, you can do these things called Gantt charts, and practically what they are is you build out the way the project goes in regards to, okay, step 1 is excavation, step 2 is rebar, step 3 is plumbing, and so on and so forth for specific types of project. And then from there, you can notify the contractors ahead of time, like, hey, I need you to be here a month ahead, I need you to be here a month ahead, and etc., and have certain checklists. That's been a game changer for us, and I love doing that. So I realized very quickly in this business, the easiest way to set yourself apart from everybody for some random reason is communication. And I'm not talking like, every single minute, every single hour. Literally just pick up the phone when somebody calls, or call them in a timely manner back, and then just answer the emails, text, whatever it is that you get. That sets you so far apart, and I don't understand why. That's the bad thing in our industry. Every single homeowner I've ever met, they have the constant complaint of, my contractor is either like MIA, does not give me any heads up or communication timeline, and that's the one step very easily and free to set you apart from everybody.
is think about a project that we just went to. So the quote for a project like that is we're talking about $250,000. Obviously, as a contractor, what I'm sending to you, it's not a cost plus, it's a fixed cost project. I am taking hours and hours and hours, like probably 10 hours to put the quote together, maybe even a little more, like separate from the design, because I need to make sure that when I send this is down to the T. Every single line is, checked off, crossed off the checklist, and no matter what, that my numbers are set. Because one little thing, and I'm absolutely F. Like, for example, we've had so many different things. Like, we are doing electrical for a pool, let's say, when I first started. And the electrician, he gives me a fixed price, let's say $3,000. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna pay $3,000. That's what I account for. Electrician comes out, he's like, hey, you have to run power to the equipment. You have to run 100 feet from the house, trench it, put the conduit, inspect it, and then bury it. That's not my cost. I'm wiring everything for $3,000. That's correct, but for you to get power, that's separate. I couldn't tell you how many times, like, situation like that. That specific job, for example, I lost probably $1,500. 100 feet is a lot, and you got to think majority of time that's also by hand, has to be done during the project. And backfilling it also was not exactly fun. Conduit costs money, $200 a conduit right there. So it's it's not too fun. What's up, guys? It's Nikita back at you with another epi or something like that. But on this one, we're in Mooresville today. We're checking in on a project that we just completed. We got pool, patio, kitchen, fence, irrigation, no irrigation, sod, landscaping, everything going here. So we'll just show you a few things, how it's going and what's going on. We like to do just something very simple. We just do these 1x6 slats going across, paint them, keep everything together, and the HOA requires some sort of enclosure, so we like to do that on our projects. Fence, we got a 5-foot aluminum per code. Everything's nice, self-closing hinges. This is the most popular one just because HOAs nowadays require that. And here we have the actual project. So we'll show you the pool, the kitchen. So all of this was done by us again. So we got, this is of course the main part of the project. We got a gorgeous 18 by 36 pool. It's freeform. Homeowner like the curves. We got walnut travertine / country classic, some people call it. We got lights in every single one of the stairs. We have tons of landscape lighting around the mulch areas. We'll show you in a sec. And just beautiful plaster. It's a kind of light colored plaster that we got done. 6x6 tile going across. Nice spillway from the elevated spot going in. We got I think it's called Mountain Smoky Mosaic that's going on the wall. So as you can see, the yard, the elevation changes pretty drastically. So right here, actually, I'll upload some before photos for the B-roll. We had a swale going directly through where we're standing. So we raised this all up about 3 feet to make it all nice and level and have an actual usable backyard, because the homeowner before couldn't use anything. They just had a small 10 by, I want to say 20 concrete patio that was right here, 3-foot shallow area going to the 7.5, I want to say 7 feet deep end here. We got a robot cleaning everything up, going and getting it done. This is 12 by 12 country classic coping. On freeform pools, you want to use smaller pieces just because of the cuts, the way they are. We got a nice fire pit here. As you can see, the homeowner threw a few big fires already in it. And you should be able to see we have inlight lights going all throughout. So these lights add on a good amount of ambience lighting at night and kind of makes it all stand out. And if you look, zoom in on the steps, each one of the steps has a small light for the cap. We made sure there's a swale created, as you can see here, going down into each side of the yard. What you can see in the pine needles on the side, there's a catch basin where everything drains through, and then there's a 4-inch PVC pipe that goes underneath the entire patio, fire pit area, kitchen, all the way to the other side. So here on top, we have a nice elevated area, and this is practically to lounge, to create that area and this more usable space. We opted out of the second retaining wall just to save some cost. And if you look closely, you can see the way we swaled it, where the pine bark meets the sod, it creates a nice disperse of drainage. A lot of people will question this, but as everybody in North Carolina and Charlotte area, we had tremendous 3 days of non-stop rain. Everything's good here, no washout, everything's in place and looking good. We have speakers here. These are our speakers, you can see, disguised as rocks, and they look super cool. Homeowner added a few lights, you can see, just for decoration for the holiday. Lights on the fans, kind of icicles going through, but just to make it stand out and look good. So the spa is a huge part of any pool, and on this spa, this is 8 feet on the inner diameter. We have 8 jets, we have 2 returns in the feet, some main drains here, just to make sure everything's good. The main thing a lot of people forget that we see, do not forget, if your spa is level with your patio, you want to add a small step to make sure you can comfortably get in there and you're not kind of breaking your knees. It takes a lot of damage to drop the 18 inches down without the step, so make sure you do that. A lot of homeowners, they want to hear the sound of it, and that's the small thing we do, just to have that constant sound of water. It's definitely soothing and really adds a little touch to the pool. We have a kitchen here, so overall we have a fridge, trash can, we have the Primo XL grill with a cover on it right now and some doors underneath, but everything's nice. Same veneer that we use throughout the entire wall, and the fire pit, just to match everything together. This is a gas grill, and then the Primo itself is of course charcoal, but just a nice touch. Homeowner wanted to make it look good, and we came in and did just that. And everything here, from, like I said, the pool, the patio, fire pit, kitchen, fence, landscaping side, everything is touched by Outdoor Influence. If you want one of these bad boys, let us know. But if you want to learn about this, shoot me a message. I'd love to help out. Whenever I was learning this, it was a tremendous pain to really find the resources, so I like helping people as much as I can and just sharing my experience and my knowledge in the industry. What's up, guys? So third project for the day, we're checking in on this one. We are finalizing the plans for here. The homeowner, I was just telling MJ here, funny example how they got our number networking wise. Our subcontractor for turf reached out asking if we do renderings, which we do. He sent our number to his sales rep from the turf company, from the manufacturer turf company, who sent our phone number to the homeowner. And here we are. We already got the design done. Everything's finalized. We got payment for that. We are doing the engineer plans right now on everything. The sun might be a little glare, I hope it's okay. And now we're finalizing the engineering plans for the wall to give them an exact number, and we'll be going from there and getting it done. We can't give them an accurate quote on the wall without the engineered plans, so that was the whole thing. Everything else on the project is ready to go. So we got a brand new build here of this gorgeous waterfront home. This property is just absolutely amazing. Apologize, it's a little muddy, it's been raining, and we'll have the driveway going through here. Got the septic tanks here. And one funny thing actually, so here, if you look the way the driveway is, where the trucks park right now, this is what they assumed was their property, which was absolutely wrong. And the property line actually cuts through here, going up to the tree with the tally mark to the right of the truck. That's the edge of their property. So the driveway actually potentially has to be redone to go through this bunch of trees. Hopefully it won't, but that's the current situation. So we'll walk down, hopefully we won't die doing it. But this lot has a lot of crazy elevation changes, which is, you know, it's pretty normal for lots like this to have that. This is a lakefront property. The guys have scaffolds set up for the house, getting that done and making sure it's all good here. And so practically here, we're gonna have a wall, we're gonna have a flat area extending from here. This concrete's getting overlaid with bluestone, which they have on their top deck right now. And we're gonna create a flat area here with a retaining wall. The wall corner is actually gonna be in this ravine here. These trees, they're marked with the little marks. They're coming out, and this area is gonna be raised with soil. We'll of course make sure it's properly compacted and etc. for engineering standards for the wall. And we'll have the wall corner is gonna be right here. And this area, I think it's about 15-20 feet out from the patio. From here, and we'll have a sloped grass area going down, and then staircase going down to the dock. Got a lot of landscaping happening, a bunch of different stuff, but just beautiful. You know, the property itself is amazing, and super excited to change some things here, and we'll roll some B-roll for you to see. So on the lower part, we have all this vegetation that all of it's coming out completely. We're going to check the status of the wall. It is pretty old and kind of coming apart in a few slots, but we're going to try and keep it in place, nothing crazy. But if you look right here, you can see it's washed out and deteriorated over time significantly. So we're probably going to have to do a small repair here, patch it up, fix it up, whatever the case. But on this side, the shoreline's pretty beat up, as you can see. So we're going to be adding a ton of riprap down here after we take out all this vegetation. You can see kind of how there's a big belly coming up in the middle. So all of this will be moved over to the side to that area that needs to be filled in and elevated. And the retaining wall is going to be in place to properly reinforce everything and create an actual usable area on top of the hill. On this side, same thing is going to be done. We're going to continue the retaining wall all the way to the other corner of the house and then flatten this area, give it grass. There's going to be a good amount of riprap on top of the wall and on the bottom added, and just some minimal landscaping beyond the riprap to make sure nothing washes out and etc. We're going to put some irrigation here. I'm going to put a pump in the water and run an irrigation, put an outlet for it under one of the big fake rocks in the wooded area, and have that in that area allocated. We'll probably have 2 zones for the actual grass on the lower part, and then a bunch of drip. We have landscaping in the front, the back, tons of lighting, just super cool stuff happening. It's just whenever you look at my business profile, I have 100 reviews, all 5 stars except for 1. And the 1-star review, I accidentally, practically it was 2 lanes each way, and the main road in downtown Charlotte, and there was a bus with a stop sign out, and I passed it because I thought, okay, they're way out there, it's 2 lanes each way, I should be fine, over a median, and I passed the stop sign, and so did 10 other people, but me having a ladder truck, I got a 1-star review from that I'll never be able to get off. So it's a little upsetting, but it is what it is. It happens.